Alright, this is going to be a match preview. Pretty much my predictions for this coming Sunday's Night of Champions pay-per-view from Boston, the TD Garden, John Cena's hometown. And pretty much this show, by looking at the card, just seems like a whole bunch of rematches from, the past and pretty much the past pay-per-view, minus like this past Monday where the tag match pretty much got shuffled up. But just starting from the bottom, the pre-show determined the number one contender for Antonio Cesaro. Judging by pretty much Cesaro beating Santino over the past few months, or month, whatever, how long it's been, I can very well see Santino winning this Battle Royal and facing Antonio later on that night. And no title change there, obviously. And then the Divas title, Kaitlyn versus Layla. I've heard that Layla and Kaitlyn was not supposed to happen, and it was supposed to be Eve versus Layla. But I think it was a botch where Eve fell off and, something happened with there. Ended up Kaitlyn being the person to face Layla. I don't know. Kaitlyn's not a bad, she's a bad wrestler. She's not, like, I think she needs a lot of work, but, you can see her being a contender further on. She's got the body to be a wrestler. She's not like a typical diva, in my opinion. She does have some mass to her in the nicest way possible, as I'm trying to sound. But I can see her being a contender, but just for now, no. I just see Layla winning, walking out of there. Still the prestigious Divas champion. And then the match that got changed on Monday, the Truth and Kofi, I was going to say the primetime players, but Truth and Kofi versus Kane and Daniel Bryan. I was pretty glad that this happened because, both these guys Kane and Daniel Bryan didn't have a place on the Night of Champions card. So putting them in the tag match, considering the storyline they're in now, I could see it being a very entertaining match. And the two are kind of like so opposite, but they blend so well together, which is, I think, what makes a good tag team. And I think this match will be one of the better matches on the show, considering you do have two guys who can, well, I guess four guys who can essentially work okay. And I'm looking forward to this tag match, not gonna lie. And I do see Kane and Daniel Bryan winning this match and becoming the new tag team champions and furthering their feud that they have going on with anger management and just not getting along with each other. And then you have Randy Orton versus Dolph Ziggler. I guess every Night of Champions needs a match that's not for the title. And this is one of them. Last year, I was there actually in Buffalo when CM Punk faced Triple H in that grudge match. I believe it was a no DQ as well. But pretty much, I guess, a night where Triple H took all momentum from CM Punk after his big pipe bomb promo. And this match, I've seen them wrestle, I think it was twice so far, once on Raw, once on SmackDown. Matches were okay. Not expecting, I guess you can expect this match to be the best of all three, considering it is on pay-per-view. And, Dolph Ziggler, Randy Orton together, you can see, I don't want to say it'll be a good match guarantee, because Jericho and Ziggler didn't seem to mesh well together, and everyone thought that match would be just a show stealer, just awesome. I'm sure it was the match of the night on the SummerSlam card, but when you look back on it, something seemed missing from that match, where it's like they didn't blend together, and Randy Orton and Ziggler could do the same thing. I don't know. You really guess we gotta see to find out. And then the World Heavyweight Championship, Sheamus versus Alberto Del Rio. I think this is the third straight pay-per-view that they've had a match, and to be quite honest, their matches aren't the easiest to sit through. The build-ups are always okay. Not the greatest, obviously. But they do have the thing where the bro kick is banned. So I can see two things either happening. One, Del Rio wins because Sheamus is going for a brogue, and then he just realizes that, I can't do it, and then Del Rio, either a roll-up with the tights. Sheamus won't tap. But like a roll-up and he grabs the tights, or Rodriguez gets involved somehow, or even Otunga. Or you can pretty much have Sheamus win with a clover leaf. And honestly, they're just killing Del Rio's more and more each time he's getting punked by Sheamus. He's had so many opportunities at the title, and it's just not working for him. It's not like Del Rio's an older veteran who's trying to make Sheamus look good. Del Rio's that up and coming star as well, and pretty much making Sheamus pin him time and time and time and time and time and time again. It doesn't do anything good for him. It just makes him lower his credibility, honestly, as a #1 contender. Unlike Jericho, who was putting over CM Punk, month after month after month after month. But Jericho's that established guy who can come back the next week and still be as good as he was and be as over as he was the week before, because he's built that reputation. He's known to everyone as being a champion. He looks like a champion. He has the credentials to be a champion. Where Del Rio, sure, he's a former champion, but he's not at that. He hasn't plateaued at that part where he can be putting guys over and still make himself look good at the same time. And really, if you compare him from last year to this year, he walked in a Night of Champions as the WWE champion, and now he's just pretty much going, third straight loss to Sheamus on pay-per-view, or second straight loss, and this is going on to the third. But if I were to predict something, I think this is the time. They need one groundbreaking thing to happen, and I think Sheamus is going to lose the title Sunday on this pay-per-view. And obviously the main event, I forget, John Cena versus CM Punk. A match that I was not looking forward to, honestly, considering that we saw it so many times, and the build-up was just, it was just whatever. Just put these guys in a match. Let's hope it does some money. But after the promo cut in Montreal, if you say you're not looking forward to that match after that promo, I must say something is wrong with you, because that promo, that go home, swing for the fences, sell the tickets, that attempt was successful to the greatest extent, in my opinion. These guys left everything in the ring. They established themselves as CM Punk being the guy who really has to prove himself, but isn't so sure of himself anymore after Cena really laid it in him. And I'm really looking forward to seeing the outcome, especially when you got Paul Heyman being in the mix and Cena kind of getting in Punk's head in one way or another with that Montreal promo. But I do see Punk walking away. I don't see him losing until he faces The Rock at the Royal Rumble in January. But that's it. I can see not a false finish, a cheating finish. Paul Heyman gets involved somehow, which will lead to the next. I can see them pretty much feuding until January when he faces The Rock. So I think this won't be the last time you see Cena and Punk on pay-per-view until at least January. And I think there's two matches that one match hasn't been announced. That's the Intercontinental title with The Miz. Didn't look at SmackDown spoilers, but I think it's pretty evident that Rey Mysterio will get another rematch at the title after Miz screwed him on Raw, and I'm sure something happened on SmackDown. But that, it's a rematch from SummerSlam. You got pretty much Cena and Punk is almost a rematch, considering the Big Show isn't there. Divas thing, The tag match was a rematch, and then Cesaro versus Santino. If that happens, it'll be a rematch. That's what I refer to it as, the Night of Championship rematches. But not gonna lie, the WWE title match really did get people, including myself, very, very excited for that one match at least. Maybe not the whole pay-per-view, but the WWE title match is going to be something to look forward to, because they're going to tear the house down, especially Cena being in Boston, and the heat's going to be on Cena. It always is. Cena comes home and he gets booed like usual. But what can you do? I'm sure he'll put up a good fight. It'll be a great match, because they bring out the best in each other. Punk brings out the best in Cena. Cena brings the best out in Punk. Whether you like it or not, Cena makes Punk that much better, considering Punk's the best in the world. But that's all, and I'll see you guys in the next video.